For decades, wealth in U.S. entertainment followed a familiar pattern. Executives behind the scenes, talent paid upfront, ownership concentrated elsewhere. But a new model quietly changed that equation. Today, some of the most powerful fortunes in entertainment are being built by Latina women who moved beyond contracts and stepped into control. They didn't just perform, host, or appear on screen. They built brands, acquired equity, and turned cultural relevance into long-term financial infrastructure. This is not a literal ranking of bank accounts. It's a strategic look at some of the most financially influential Latina entrepreneurs operating inside U.S. entertainment today. Their exact net worths are rarely disclosed, and much of their power doesn't show up on traditional wealth lists. What's undeniable is impact. Ownership replaced endorsement. Equity replaced applause. And influence became durable wealth. Number 12. Cardi B. The hustle turned hospitality. When you think of the modern American dream, you might not immediately picture a girl from the Bronx who stripped to survive. But Cardi B's rise is the ultimate case study in turning raw charisma into a diversify-or-die business model. While the world was distracted by her chart-topping hits and viral Instagram rants, Cardi was quietly building a portfolio that proves she understands the most important rule of wealth: equity beats endorsements. Cardi, born Belcalis Marlenis Almanzar, didn't just rap about money, she studied it. Her net worth, estimated in the $80 million range, isn't just sitting in a savings account, it's moving product. Her partnership with Playboy as their creative director wasn't just a vanity title. It was a strategic equity play into a legacy brand trying to pivot to the digital creator economy. But her real flex is Whipshots, her vodka-infused whipped cream brand. Launched in partnership with Starco Brands, Whipshots didn't just enter the market, it disrupted it. In its first year, it sold over 2 million cans. By late 2023, it had expanded into thousands of retailers nationwide, outselling established liquor brands in its category. Unlike a standard endorsement where a celebrity holds a bottle for a billboard, Cardi is an owner who actively shapes the flavor profiles and marketing. She recognized a gap in the party supply market, a product that was fun, photogenic, and relatively affordable, and she filled it. Beyond the liquor shelf, Cardi has turned herself into a licensing machine. Her Reebok collaborations sold out in minutes, proving she could move merchandise with the same velocity as a sneaker athlete. She has mastered the art of accessible luxury, creating products that her core fan base can actually afford to buy, which drives massive volume. In a world of curated perfection, Cardi B monetized authenticity, proving that in the new economy, being real is the most valuable asset of all. Number 11. Zoe Saldana, the box office. Queen building a media fortress. If you look strictly at box office numbers, Zoe Saldana is the most successful actress in human history. She is the only actor to star in 4 films that have grossed over $2 billion each. Avatar, The Way of Water, Avengers, Infinity War, and Avengers: Endgame. But Zoe realized early on that box office records make the studios rich, not necessarily the talent. So she decided to stop just being the face of the future and started investing in it. Zoe's wealth, hovering near the $60 million mark, is increasingly fueled by her role as a founder and venture capitalist. In 2017, she launched Bessie, a digital media platform designed to tell the untold stories of Latinos in America. It wasn't a charity project, it was a data play. Zoe understood that Latinos are the fastest-growing demographic in the US, yet they were grossly underrepresented in media. Bessie was built to capture that audience and the ad dollars that come with it, creating content that bridges the gap between Gen Z Latinx viewers and mainstream advertisers. But her ambition didn't stop at media. Zoe has become a prolific investor in the startup space. She has backed companies like Obsess, a virtual store platform, and amassed a portfolio that leans heavily into tech and sustainability. She acts like a Silicon Valley insider, spotting trends in the creator economy and putting her capital to work before the hype cycle begins. Her production company, Sinistar, co-founded with her sisters, has deals with major studios. allowing her to control the narrative and, crucially, own the intellectual property. Zoe Saldana's journey highlights a shift in Hollywood. The movie star is dying, but the media mogul is just getting started. She used the leverage of being the blue alien and the green superhero to build a green empire of her own, ensuring that long after the franchise's end, the revenue streams continue to flow. Number 10. Eva Longoria, the producer who pours profits. Eva Longoria could have easily coasted on the residuals of Desperate Housewives for the rest of her life. As Gabrielle Solis, she became one of the highest-paid actresses on television, earning upwards of $400,000 per episode at the show's peak. But Eva had a secret weapon. She was a nerd for business. While her co-stars were reading scripts, Eva was reading term sheets. Today, with a net worth estimated around $80 to $85 million, she acts less like a celebrity and more like a private equity fund manager. Her production company, Unbelievable Entertainment, was just the warm-up. In 2023, she launched Hyphenate Media Group, a holding company co-founded with media executive Chris Abrego. This wasn't a cute side hustle. It was a major institutional play to acquire other production companies and build a conglomerate that centers Latino creators. By owning the infrastructure of storytelling, Eva ensures she gets paid not just for the projects she stars in, but for the projects she greenlights. However, her most intoxicating asset is Casa del Sol, the ultra-premium tequila brand she co-founded. Unlike many celebs who just slap their name on a bottle, Eva approached this with cultural precision. She partnered with Mariana Padilla and Agustin Santillan to create a tequila that respects Mexican heritage while targeting the luxury female consumer, a demographic the liquor industry had largely ignored. She brought her actress capital to the marketing, but her business capital to the boardroom, focusing on distribution deals and supply chain management. Eva is also a serious investor, with stakes in the Angel City FC soccer team, further diversifying her portfolio into sports ownership. She is the ultimate hyphenate, an actress, producer, director, investor who realized that the real power in Hollywood isn't being in front of the camera, but being the one who signs the checks behind it. Number 9. Daisy Fuentes, the architect of the licensing deal. Before the Kardashians, before the influencers, and before every pop star had a perfume, there was Daisy Fuentes. She is the unsung godmother of the modern celebrity licensing model. In the 1990s, Daisy was MTV's first Latina VJ, a symbol of the crossover explosion. But while her peers were chasing acting roles, Daisy was walking into boardrooms at Kohl's department stores and rewriting the rules of retail. With a net worth estimated between $75 million and $100 million, Daisy's fortune is a testament to the power of volume. In 2004, she launched a clothing line with Kohl's that became a juggernaut. It wasn't high fashion. It was real fashion for real women, selling mass-market apparel, accessories, and home goods. At its peak, the Daisy Fuentes collection was reportedly generating $300 million in annual sales. The genius of Daisy's model was the royalty structure. She didn't have to manufacture the clothes, ship the boxes, or manage the inventory. Kohl's handled the heavy lifting, and Daisy took a cut of every single blouse, pillow, and pair of sunglasses sold. This is pure passive income at an industrial scale. She expanded into hair care, fragrances, and eyewear, creating a 360-degree lifestyle brand that appealed to the middle American Latina, a massive economic force that luxury brands often overlooked. Daisy proved that you didn't need to be on the cover of Vogue to be a fashion mogul. You just needed to be on the rack at Kohl's. She laid the pavement that every woman on this list is walking on, turning her name into a trusted trademark that has generated over $1.5 billion in cumulative sales over the years. Number 8. Thalia, the Queen of Macy's. If Daisy Fuentes conquered Kohl's, Thalia conquered Macy's. Known as the Queen of Latin Pop, Thalia Sodi has sold over 50 million records worldwide, but her bank account owes just as much to polyester as it does to pop music. With a net worth estimated around $60 million, though often overshadowed by her husband Tommy Mottola's massive fortune, Thalia's personal entrepreneurial stats are staggering. Thalia understood that her fan base, particularly the Mexican-American community, was underserved in the department store aisle. They wanted glamour, color, and fit, but at an accessible price point. In 2015, she signed an exclusive deal with Macy's to launch the Thalia Sodi collection. It was one of the biggest launches in the retailer's history. The brand didn't just sell clothes, it sold the Thalia fantasy. The collection included shoes, jewelry, and apparel, all designed with specific attention to the body types of Latinas. Reports indicated that the brand was a top performer for Macy's, moving hundreds of millions of dollars in inventory. Like Daisy, Thalia leveraged the licensing model to minimize risk while maximizing reach. Beyond fashion, Thalia has built an empire in eyewear and home goods, and even ventured into the publishing world with books and magazines. She is a relentless promoter, using her massive social media following to drive foot traffic to stores. While she lives a life of extreme luxury in Connecticut and Miami, her business is rooted in the mass market, proving that the most profitable place for a celebrity to be is in the shopping cart of the everyday consumer. Number 7. Sofia Vergara, the licensing juggernaut. Sofia Vergara is much more than a pretty face with a funny accent. She is a retail predator. For years, she was the highest-paid actress on American television, earning a staggering $43 million in 2016 alone. But the bulk of that money didn't come from her Modern Family salary. It came from a business empire that would make a Wall Street banker blush. Today, her net worth sits at a cool $180 million. Sofia's genius lies in her partnership with Luis Balaguer, the co-founder of her management company, Latin World Entertainment. Together, they realized that Sofia could be the bridge between corporate America and the Hispanic market. They didn't just wait for endorsement deals, they created brands. Her Sofia jeans line at Walmart is a masterclass in scale. Walmart has thousands of doors across America, and Sofia's affordable, size-inclusive denim flew off the shelves. Forbes famously noted that her line sold enough jeans to be 4 times taller than the Eiffel Tower. She didn't stop at jeans. She expanded into furniture with rooms to go, fragrances, and even a coffee maker collection. But Sofia isn't just a licensor anymore. She's an operator. In 2023, she launched Todi, a sun care beauty brand. This marked a pivot from licensing to ownership. Todi is a direct-to-consumer play, capitalizing on the anti-aging market with high margins. She also co-founded EBY, a subscription underwear company that directs a percentage of profits to microloans for female entrepreneurs. Sofia Vergara turned her stereotype into a strategy, monetizing her curves and her comedy into a diversified portfolio that makes money while she sleeps. Number 6. Jessica Alba, the unicorn founder. Before celebrity brands were cool, Jessica Alba was in Washington, D.C. lobbying for chemical safety legislation. Jessica is the outlier on this list because she didn't build her wealth through media or licensing. She built it by playing the hardest game in business, Silicon Valley venture capital. Jessica founded The Honest Company in 2011 after an allergic reaction to baby detergent inspired her to create safe, non-toxic household products. Skeptics rolled their eyes. They thought it was just another vanity project. They were wrong. Jessica wasn't just the face. She was the chief creative officer, obsessed with product formulation and brand aesthetics. The company grew at breakneck speed, achieving a unicorn valuation of $1.7 billion in 2015. Jessica's personal stake made her one of the richest self-made women in America. However, the journey wasn't a straight line. The Honest Company faced lawsuits, product recalls, and valuation cuts. But Jessica held the line. In 2021, she took the company public in an IPO that raised over $400 million, cementing her status as a legitimate business mogul. While the stock price has fluctuated and Jessica stepped down from her creative role in 2024 to pursue new projects, her impact is permanent. She cashed out millions along the way and retains significant equity. Her net worth, estimated between $200 million and $300 million depending on the stock market's mood, is hard wealth, built on supply chains, logistics, and Wall Street filings. She proved that a Latina actress could sit at the head of a publicly traded company, paving the way for the next generation of founders. Number 5. Shakira, the global brand. Shakira is not just a pop star, she is a multinational corporation. With a net worth estimated over $300 million, the Colombian icon has built a fortune that is as resilient as it is massive. While her hips don't lie, her bank account tells the truth about the value of owning your art. A massive chunk of Shakira's recent liquidity came from a strategic move in 2021. She sold the publishing rights to her entire catalog of 145 songs to Hypnosis Songs Fund. While the exact figure wasn't disclosed, comparable deals suggest a payday in the 9-figure range. This allowed her to front-load decades of future royalties into immediate cash for investment. But Shakira's steady income stream comes from the beauty industry. She has released nearly 40 fragrances over the last decade. In markets across Latin America, the Middle East, and Europe, Shakira perfumes are bestsellers, generating solid, recurring revenue year after year. Unlike US-centric stars, Shakira plays a global game, monetizing markets that American celebs often ignore. She is also a savvy real estate investor, with properties in Miami, the Bahamas, and Barcelona valued at tens of millions. Her philanthropy, the Pies Descalzos Foundation, operates like a highly efficient NGO, building schools and infrastructure, which reinforces her brand as a socio-political leader in Latin America. Shakira's wealth is a mix of high-value IP sales, global licensing, and smart asset management, proving that you can survive a public breakup and a tax scandal and still come out wealthier on the other side. Number 4. Salma Hayek, the production powerhouse. It is easy to look at Salma Hayek's marriage to François-Henri Pinault, the CEO of Kering, which owns Gucci and Balenciaga, and assume her lifestyle is funded by his $7 billion fortune. But that would be a mistake. Salma Hayek was rich, powerful, and self-made long before she walked down the aisle. With a personal net worth estimated at $200 million, Salma is a relentless entrepreneur who refused to let Hollywood box her in. Her wealth engine is Ventana Rosa, the production company she founded in 1999. Salma didn't just want to be in movies. She wanted to get movies made that no one else would touch. She produced Frida, a passion project that earned 6 Oscar nominations and proved that stories about Mexican women could be global hits. She also executive produced the smash hit TV series Ugly Betty, which ran for 4 seasons and opened the door for telenovela adaptations in the US. Salma is also a pioneer in the wellness space. In 2008, long before the green juice craze took over Instagram, she co-founded Cooler Cleanse, a juice delivery service that became a staple for the health-conscious elite. Later, she launched Blend It Yourself, a subscription smoothie service. She has consistently invested her own capital into businesses that align with her lifestyle, rather than just waiting for a paycheck. Salma's power wealth comes from her ability to stay relevant in an industry that usually discards women over 40. By producing her own vehicles and securing roles in massive blockbusters like Marvel's Eternals, she keeps her quote high and her influence higher. She brings her own money to the table, which gives her the ultimate luxury, autonomy. Number 3. Jennifer Lopez, the 360-degree empire. Jennifer Lopez is the hardest-working woman in show business. That's not a cliche, it's a business model. J.Lo has cracked the code on the 360-degree deal, creating an ecosystem where every part of her life feeds the bottom line. With a net worth estimated at $400 million to $450 million, she is a one-woman GDP. It started with Glow by J.Lo in 2002. At the time, celebrity fragrances were considered tacky. J.Lo changed the game. Glow shattered sales records, generating over $100 million in its first year alone. It launched a franchise of over 25 perfumes that has generated billions in revenue over 2 decades. She showed the world that a celebrity brand could compete with Chanel and Dior. But J.Lo didn't stop at smell. She went for skin. The launch of J.Lo Beauty was a massive direct-to-consumer play, targeting the ageless market with premium price points. By owning the brand rather than just licensing it, she captures the margins. Then there is Nuyorican Productions, her film company. J.Lo produces her own films, like Hustlers and The Mother, For hustlers, she reportedly waived her upfront fee in exchange for back-end points. When the movie made $157 million at the box office, J.Lo walked away with a massive payday. She also launched DeLola, a ready-to-drink cocktail line, diving into the lucrative alcohol market. Real estate? She flips mansions in Bel Air and Miami for multi-million-dollar profits. Tours? She sells out stadiums globally. J.Lo's wealth is the result of relentless diversification. She never relies on one income stream. She has a dozen, all firing at once. Number 2. Gloria Estefan, the matriarch of Miami. Before J.Lo, before Shakira, and before Selena, there was Gloria. Gloria Estefan isn't just a singer. She is the unofficial mayor of Miami. With a net worth estimated at $500 million, Gloria and her husband Emilio have built a dynasty that is rooted in hard assets and hospitality, making them one of the wealthiest couples in music history. The Estefan fortune is built on land. They saw the potential of Miami Beach long before it became the playground of billionaires. They own the Cardozo Hotel on Ocean Drive, a stunning Art Deco masterpiece that is a cash cow in the heart of South Beach. Further north, they own the Costa d'Este Beach Resort in Vero Beach. These aren't just investments, they are operating businesses that appreciate in value every year. Beyond hotels, there is Estefan Enterprises. This conglomerate manages talent, produces television events, and holds the publishing rights to a massive catalog of hits. Gloria didn't just sing conga, she owns conga. The royalties from her music, which has sold over 130 million records, provide a river of passive income that never runs dry. They also hold a minority stake in the Miami Dolphins, placing them in the elite club of NFL owners. This investment has skyrocketed in value as sports franchises have become some of the most coveted assets in the world. Gloria's wealth is old school in the best way possible. It's not based on a fickle stock price or a trendy makeup line. It's based on oceanfront concrete, sports equity, and songs that will be played at weddings for the next 100 years. Number 1. Selena Gomez, the beauty queen. At the center of this shift stands Selena Gomez, not just as a global entertainer, but as one of the most financially influential Latina founders to emerge from Hollywood in a generation. Her company, Rare Beauty, reshaped the celebrity beauty playbook. Instead of licensing her name to an existing conglomerate, Gomez launched a brand built around direct ownership, purpose-driven positioning, and long-term scalability. Public reporting places the company's annual revenue in the hundreds of millions of dollars, with market estimates valuing the brand in the multi-billion-dollar range. What matters more than any single valuation is structure. Rare Beauty is not a side project. It is a vertically integrated consumer brand with global distribution, strong margins, and a loyal customer base that extends far beyond celebrity fandom. Gomez's role goes beyond face-of-the-brand appearances. She is deeply tied to the company's identity, strategy, and long-term direction. Her broader business portfolio reinforces that positioning. Through strategic partnerships, production deals, and brand ownership, Gomez steadily converted visibility into equity. While her exact personal net worth is not publicly disclosed, industry analysts widely estimate that her wealth now sits in the high hundreds of millions, with continued upside tied to brand expansion rather than media cycles. In modern entertainment, that distinction is everything. Selena Gomez represents a new archetype, the entertainer as capital allocator, not chasing relevance, but building permanence. What these women represent isn't just success, it's a structural shift. Latina power in entertainment is no longer limited to roles, airtime, or endorsement checks. It's rooted in ownership, governance, and the ability to build businesses that outlast trends and algorithms. Not every figure in this story is a billionaire, but each one demonstrates how cultural influence, when paired with equity and control, compounds into lasting wealth. This is what power looks like when it's built deliberately, not loudly. If you want more deep dives into women shaping wealth, influence, and ownership at the highest level, make sure to subscribe to her status.